behind the screens.
Alrighty, we're behind the screens now. I'm gonna redo the overlays because everybody has been. Where is it? There we go. Everybody's been all weird. Alrighty, so what are y'all's thoughts? By the way, if you are still on the stream and you do not want spoilers or any other type of background information, then do not watch this. Close this out immediately.
Flee!
Fly, you fools!
Fly, you fools! It's like, what are you saying?
I always
Fly,
wondered,
fools.
and then I found out, and I was just like, "Oh, that makes sense." I thought he was just kind of farting and then saying "you fools." With his
Fly,
mouth.
you fools.
I thought you said run.
No, he said fly.
Did
I
he?
don't know why he
I
said
just had no idea what he said though when I watched that originally.
Maybe he was trying to cast detect magic and it was failing.
Detect Balrog!
But
I
hey,
have, I have
who
some
cares? At least he knows which
experience.
way's north.
I have some experience with that situation, and I can tell you that's probably what was happening there.
Yeah.
He wanted to know if the Balrog was in fact magic. Or was it a demon?
No, it was a demon. Demon from the underworld.
No. Gandalf didn't know, okay? He had to cast
No, a
detect magic.
Balrog. If you
No, you
watch
don't
the
get
quote,
it.
it was a
You're killing it.
Balrog,
It's dead.
demon from the. Never mind. So thoughts on today?
Yay, fun.
End of thoughts.
Wow.
I wish
There are
he
more
talked
ways-
more.
There are more ways to defeat an enemy than just killing them.
There's
Like
playing
getting
with their
person.
wounds.
Yep. Yep.
As Fosco so greatly pointed out, you can just play with the tip of an arrow for hours until they get to say what you want. Didn't work, did it?
Didn't have enough time.
That's true. We're kind of interrupted.
Yes, you're very rudely interrupted. Why is
I think
this-
my character is starting to appreciate Fosco's willingness to attempt to protect, I guess, the group
Yeah.
with his words. So my character is becoming more favorable towards him, even
Well,
though he
remember-
him.
Yeah. Well, remember, if you guys go down, you might drag him with him. So,
That's true.
and with him goes Mike, the Hobbit.
Well, I don't know. Do you guys really care about Mike?
Well-
Except for Arian. I know Arian cares about Mike, but
My character's kind of indifferent towards Mike.
yeah.
You could totally bring him in and slaughter him in front of everyone. I mean, don't do that. Bad.
Oh man, what if he's actually part of this, like, Black Ravens?
You brought him here.
Yeah. Oh no.
He saw the
I'm
key
curious.
when you traded at the place, and that's how he knew that the key was there.
You ceded the shop to him, so now it is a front for the Black Ravens.
Uh-oh.
Well, true. He's the enemy.
I'm gonna say those tall folk were doing things, my tall folk employees were doing things that I didn't know about.
I couldn't see them because I'm so short, right?
Yo, what
Oh,
if it turns out that the Black Raven dude is actually the former shopkeeper, and I thought, that he died in the forest, and then it actually is a front for the Black Ravens, and I didn't even know. Oh man, that'd be the perfect cover. Giving the shop to someone else, and then fronting it.
That would be.
Dun dun dun.
I like that. I like that.
Oh no.
Like get integrated into the story, and your character's gonna die, like all of ours.
Time to reroll a character. I'm gonna go for an elf.
I was really worried that you were going to have to re-roll your character.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking at the rolls. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Well, remember,
Not yet, at least.
he doesn't have to die. He can just be unconscious.
Well,
And
once you
Oh,
get
yeah. It's
down to
minus-
0, then you have
minus-
10 health.
Yeah, it's minus 10, and then you're dead.
all I gotta
Oh,
say is
we-
that you still owe me a health pot.
You're really grubby with the health pots, huh?
Dude, I don't know him yet. My character does not like anyone until they've
Perfect.
proven their trust to him, except for my kin, and that's when I kind of include them as part of my kin, even though they might not be of the same species. However, if they do like poor weaponry or poor bladed, edged weapons, then I'm not a fan of them.
Well, you don't like anyone except me, then.
That's
Oh
true.
wait, we already knew that.
Yep.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, we could just do the post-game show, and then you could, at some indiscriminate time later, just end it.
What do you mean?
Like, if you gotta go, then just let us three ramble, and then sometime later, like a half hour later, just come and just axe the feed.
I'm gonna have to head out shortly, though.
Yeah.
Oh, then it
I
could
need
just be...
food.
Oh, I need to take a shower.
But real quick.
You and me, Mr. Fosco, could hang out because it's
Oh, I thought
Saturday.
you were gonna say shower, and I'm like, ugh.
Yes, you and me. I'll drive over there.
We can share a shower.
Just wait for an hour and we can shower. Okay, it'll be fabulous.
This
You'll
is
be
getting
the
really
cleanest
awkward.
you've
This
ever
is
been.
getting really awkward.
No longer comfortable.
I'm going to roll 1d6 awkward points right now. Oh, roll the 6!
Critical.
Critical success. This is awkward.
Yeah.
Critical awkward.
So, what do you guys think as far as like storyline? You know, did I talk too much? That sort of thing.
This was much more balanced. Everyone seemed more awake, more into the role playing.
Mm-hmm.
We did a better job of dialoguing in and out of game.
If I talk too much, just tell me. Like, I just get into a role.
You're fine.
No, it's fine. You're a hobbit. It's cool.
You're supposed to blather on endlessly. You pick the right
Yeah.
character for yourself.
You did. You really did.
If you were a dwarf, then
I
you wouldn't be
cannot-
nearly as much fun.
Or he could be a really boisterous dwarf.
But then he would have to be like, oh, ill, we're ill. I'm like constantly yelling.
So dwarfs are the frat boys of the universe, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
are, yeah.
Pretty
And
much.
then
And even
you
in
have...
lives of beards.
And then elves are like the reclusive, like, tech house kind of people. You know, they're not in a dwarf. They're in their own special housing, woo, but they're like a dwarf.
Yep.
I think we've determined everything we need to know about role playing based off of this discussion. It's all figured out, everything.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep, exactly. Well,
I think we also learned that even though I'm a druid, I don't actually know how to be a druid. I think that's the biggest lesson that we learned today.
No, it's just you're awkward.
No, I'm talking about my ability to use my spells and magic.
Oh. Yeah, you're a
It was pretty
conundrum.
amazing. I think I chose the right spells for him in a city, though. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Wait, do you get to re-choose spells every day?
Every day.
yeah, every day. You
But
choose the
when we
spells.
go,
I
so
have to
tomorrow he'll
memorize
be
them
able to do
overnight.
it.
Yep.
So I get 2 spells every day.
I would like to have a discussion with Arya tomorrow about the key and her past, and try and get a little bit more backstory about her.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe next week.
Yeah. Well, I mean tomorrow in game.
Yeah.
I'll get new spells.
Mhm.
Maybe useful ones now that I know that something's up. Rather than, I'm in a city, I feel awkward. Where's the north?
Which way is north?
Like, that's really why I chose it. I was just like, I feel
That
like
was
he'd be
so
kind of
funny.
freaking out at some point and need to know where north is to feel better about it. And that happened, and it was awesome.
I thought at some point you're gonna reach through like the bars and like hold each other's hands for comfort and be like, "It's okay, I'm here for you." Everything
Elder
will
wouldn't
be
do that,
okay.
though.
No.
And AOBR knows that.
That's why I kind of looked over.
Hobbits would do
Oh,
that.
just-
Hobbits would definitely do that, but not not dwarves.
Of course.
Hold me, Mary, hold me, Pippin.
By the way, I revised your XP, guys. At least for
I have some now.
Eobjorn, Fosco, and Aryan. Elder, you didn't kill anything, I don't think.
Why do I need to kill something?
Yes.
I did. I killed the guy at the end. I ripped out the arrow.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
What's up?
Oh yeah,
I don't
give,
think experience, by the way,
Whoa.
is the only way we level up. I don't know. If
Yeah,
that,
I'm
I mean,
trying to remember how you gain XP.
I don't think
other
just
than,
killing people
well,
is.
there's three.
Like,
three
somebody walk me
things-
through that.
Okay, really, I'd say there's 3 things that you can give XP over: kills, good role playing, and thinking of something really cool or clever, like thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 things you generally want to encourage players to do. So give them XP
Okay.
for doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to argue that we've played 5 episodes.
Hmm.
I'll do, since, I'll give an automatic 10 XP for role playing well.
Yeah.
And then,
We need to get into the 1,000, man. It's gonna be like.
yeah. So really, that's 50. So Aryan gets 85. Fosco gets
Guys, we almost have 1% in order to level up.
40. Bjorn, you get. What's 65 plus 50? 115?
Guys, we've
Elder.
hit almost 1%.
Elder, you get 115. I'm just going to do that just for now, and then based on... I'm going to do a little more research on the XP stuff and see if I can tweak it so that way you guys gain XP more. Because this is kind of ridiculous. Because, actually, if you think about it, like, if you do roleplay with MeJP, they don't gain levels for, like, a week or 2. And they're each week they're playing, like, 4 hours.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think part of the problem with us is we're playing only for an hour, so you don't gain that much, and it's fairly slow.
Well,
what I would like,
previous-
what I would like to do is be able to do like a 4 hour
that'd
stream
be crazy, yeah.
and do that. Like
I'd be so
either
down
do
for
it
that.
in the do it like in the evening sometime.
Yeah, it would probably have to be an evening.
I think that'd be fun to do.
Maybe like a Saturday night instead of Saturday morning.
Yeah,
Or
because
Evening a week.
yeah,
but-
because that way we can really develop the storyline, develop the characters more, and you get more XP. So, because honestly, I think if we did 4 hours, I'm thinking, if you had like 20 XP for role playing per hour, you did 4 hours. That's like, or 5 hours. That's like 100 XP. Then you do combat. Because these guys, the orcs the goblins that you guys fought were 15. These guys were 20 XP each. So I'll figure out a way to try to get, because I would like to get your levels up a little bit
We have to kill
faster.
everything all the time. We should just start attacking people and animals and trees and dead things.
You could always just artificially buff. Just say, hey, we've been doing this for a while. Have a level. I mean, the way that I've played, that was usually one play session you get a level, but these guys were pretty Mickey Mousing it, and
Yeah.
the GM knew. The way you do it is like, you think, how long is this gonna go? Like, how many weeks? Where do they start, and where do I want their level to kind of max
Right.
out at? And then just arbitrarily divide it up amongst that.
He wants this to go for the rest of our lives.
Okay, well then I think we're
Um,
going at the right rate then.
I forget how many levels. There's 20 levels.
Yeah, there's 20 levels.
By not leveling up ever.
I mean, that's fine. If you keep all the enemies, like, from here to eternity at level 1, it doesn't really matter. I mean,
I'm gonna have.
Yeah, you really don't need to play with leveling, to be 100% honest.
Really.
Like, you can increase stats
mhm.
as you go through.
Can just randomly be like, you get +1 strength because
Yeah, like
you're
if I
awesome.
carried Aorbjorn,
Okay.
or if he pulled me along and I resisted and punched him in the face and he still managed to pull me along, like +1 strength, I don't know, whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
What you
if you
could
think
do
that there
is-
was some feat.
You just have to make sure you scale the enemies as well,
Mhm.
which is
Yep.
the challenge. Which is why you usually do.
Well, I
leveling.
mean, you guys went up against what? 4 bandits, and
2 ran away. Which was
yeah, but
realistic,
if you
I
had all 4 bandits coming after you, you know, I mean, 2-on-2. I mean, Fosco, you almost were unconscious and bleeding out. Arian wasn't doing too well. She was down at 3 HP.
Well, it was 4-on-2.
Yeah. So I mean, once we
They
have the
didn't
group,
have me to tell them where North was to save the day. That was the real problem.
And admittingly, I didn't defeat 2. I intimidated 2 into running away.
Yeah.
yeah,
You made them
Which
feel
is a
like less
defeat
of
for
men.
me. I mean, one option is say no leveling and just say, okay, advance us to level arbitrary number, and then just scale everything up to that level. And then we have a few more fancy toys to play with, but we're not too high level. And then maybe like halfway through, give us 2 levels, bam, and then just continue out the rest.
Because I calculated out, I'm looking to the end of April.
Okay.
So that's like 14 weeks.
Okay.
So if we did do a level a week,
Level 15.
be like level 15, yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't care.
I think it'd
I
be
think
more.
if you don't do anything that, like, if it's mainly dialogue and mainly story driven,
Yeah.
then you don't really do leveling.
The other thing is, for my character, my spells are locked by level.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of important for me as to how that's defined. And we can, you know, my point is we can change that, but, like, what are we doing
Well,
with
I'm
that?
thinking, I mean, it'd be more
Separate.
fun to be able to deal with, you know, bigger, better, you know, because I'm doing, when I throw, you know, monsters at you and stuff.
Here's 4 bandits. Oh, we almost died. It was
Yeah,
so
but I'm doing
intense.
like bare minimum stats.
Right.
Like, I'm not giving them special weaponry. Like, they didn't have armor on. They did, you know, they had a short sword was like their biggest thing. So,
Which, by the way, I didn't take because I noticed that it was man-made.
which, you know, but
But
I
you
mean,
don't care about daggers.
I did take the daggers just because I figured I could throw them, and I did take the short little knife that he had.
yeah. But I mean, if you think about it, like, you know, you got, you know, one-hand swords, two-hand swords, bastard sword, broadsword, longsword. Like, you know, we're talking, you know, larger and more powerful, you know, things without even +1 that we haven't, that you guys haven't even been up against. So, what are your guys' money at? Just out of curiosity.
$12.
Arian has 80. Fosco has 150. Aoborn has 128. Elder is 293.
Well, I know what you've been up to.
I mean, I could loot my tea shop and probably get like 5,000 gold, but that wouldn't be very nice to Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
Mike
Hey,
Wazowski.
Maybe he'll
we're
give
gonna
some to you.
liquidate all the assets of this place. Enjoy your 4 walls.
But yeah, so I think what we'll do is I'll level you guys up. Like, I don't want to deal with, you know, just changing the stats. I'd rather change the stats with that level just because it's a lot easier for me to figure out. So I think what we'll do is starting next week, you guys will be level 2.
Okay.
We'll just do it that way. So that way we can actually have some fun with it and deal with, you know.
You mean
tough
I get
people.
more spells?
You
Let's
get
look
more
at them.
I mean, if you guys didn't want to do leveling,
Guys, I'll be able to do fire traps.
if you guys don't want to do levels at all, you could just bump us up to like level 10 and then just never level us again. That's if you want like a static character from here to the end. If you want some growth,
Yeah.
you might start us as 5 and do every other, or like every third.
Well, if we
Place-
want to have a
places.
growtastic journey.
Yeah, but if you keep on growing, then there's like way power creep. Like, it turns into a grind fest.
It's already power creep. We're dealing with daggered, unarmored men.
Let me think here. Level 23.
Doesn't
Let's
work
all
out
just
so
be
well.
level 20.
No.
Hey, we could just play Fiasco.
Fiasco?
Fiasco's so much fun.
If I'm level 20, I can summon multiple elements. I can cure wounds for many creatures.
You know, how about this? I mean, give me your honest opinion on how you guys felt like everybody role played today.
I had some moments. I had some really bad ones too.
I had too many moments.
Josh, what do you, or Elder?
I liked it.
Okay. How do you think Arian did?
I think
She was
Kim
by
did-
far the worst. She dragged us all down so hard. I'm just saying that because she's not here.
Yeah, she actually did really well. I think.
Yeah, I thought she was
She
good.
thought on her feet pretty well.
I don't know if our characters. That's the hard part. Is like I don't know if our characters would be like, oh, let me tell you all of our secrets of our travel, and
Yeah.
we still don't know where we're going. Like, like my character doesn't naturally trust anyone,
Right.
Right.
so it's very hard to interact with those kind of stories, I guess.
Okay.
Which is
Another
fine.
thing that
Which
I was,
is it's fine because you
yeah.
guys carry me.
And
So.
then the other thing, as far as what happened today, was I didn't know about the crests, I don't think. And I probably should have asked about it, but I was pretty sure I didn't. So what I wanted to do, because Elder had found a crest, I wanted to be like, why don't you tell them about the crests that we found on them?
See,
or
I thought
something
that would have
like
been
that.
cool to bring out as proof. Like I took this off one of the bodies, but like they can look through our sacks and see that we have those,
yeah.
and then that's a detriment to us.
Yeah, but we're like, they already know they're there. They've already been through our stuff.
And then we say we found one though.
Yeah, so it's just like we found these on all of the guys who attacked us that we were able to search.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking initially. I just didn't.
But
Alright,
like your character's untrusting, and I was pretty sure I didn't know about it. But like I said, I should have asked. That was my bad.
One thing we never talked about was proficiencies.
Yeah, that's true.
With proficiencies, I'm assuming you get like a +1 or a +2, something like that. Does that make sense?
Proficiencies?
I mean, benefits of proficiencies is you get your attack roll goes up, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You get like a +1 or a +2.
Mhm.
So that's one thing we never talked about that I wanted to throw in. So next, I'm going to make a note for next week. Next week we'll do proficiencies of weapon. We'll do weapon proficiencies and start from there. Also, we'll do. I at least want to level you up to level 2. Let's do level 2, and depending upon how you guys roleplay, I may bump you up after next week, either to level 3 or level 4, like to skip a level,
Okay.
and then kind of keep it around level 4, level 5. So obviously that's going to depend on how you guys roleplay.
Okay.
So basically, if you guys roleplay well, I'll level you up. I'll level you up faster. Make sense?
Okay.
Fair enough.
Well, we're all
Um,
perfect, so we're gonna level up really fast, guys. It's gonna
Because
be
it
fabulous.
because
Rapping is perfect little cherubs.
so yeah, why don't we do that?
How does leveling up work in this game? It's like, congratulations, you're a higher level, and then we get to roll for like HP, and that's it.
You get to roll. What is it? You get to roll for HP. Thieves, you guys get more skill points
Yay.
for your slots. And what else?
Elder gets some sort of like fighting skill thing, doesn't he? Potentially.
Yeah, he does. I think
Bless you.
Thank you.
I can make fog clouds at level 2, guys,
That would actually be really cool.
and I can make metal cold. Really,
Is
really
metal
cold.
typically cold?
I can make it colder.
Where is it?
Nice needle. I can make it larger.
Where is proficiency?
Grants ability to walk on walls and ceilings.
That
I get some fun things.
I would really be very awkward about that. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
My character would not do well with that.
Do well with what?
Walking on walls.
Oh yeah.
Like if you just started walking up a wall, I'd be like, yeah, no, not cool with this anymore. I understand you're a druid, but
All right. So for classes. All right. So how we'll do that is we'll do weapon proficiencies. We'll level you guys up. And
Oh, I'm supposed to have a wisdom score of at least 10 plus the spell level when I cast spells. That's what I'm checking against. So if I'm casting a level 0 spell, I roll 10 plus my wisdom modifier. I roll a d20 plus my wisdom modifier.
so
Why did I not read this before?
So d20 plus 12.
So it's a d20 plus 1, I think, right,
Okay.
Anton? And then
Your modifier
yeah,
is what?
I have intelligence 17, which is what we're using for wisdom.
Max.
Or no, wisdom 12.
Yeah.
Dang. But I'm really smart.
Wait, did you mean to put intelligence 17 or did you want to put wisdom 17?
We didn't pick it, we rolled it.
What?
If I had the choice, I would put it in the useful category.
Wait, you guys didn't. I mean, the character generator had a option that you could pick what stats went where. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't do that.
which is why he has more strength than I do.
Yeah. Which I find that really funny, actually.
never played a game where you roll straight stats. Ugh.
All right,
Well, good
hold on
thing
here.
you didn't, because we need someone who functions properly. Even if you have no
Let's do
health.
Wisdom and then intelligence on that. Continue.
19 is insane.
Let's get one good roll.
All right, you're
Well, I got a 17, but... So wait, how does it work exactly? You said it was divided by 2 and then rounded down, so I have a 13, which means that it turns into...
1.
I'm gonna allow. All right,
I thought you were... Point up.
All right, I'm revising your character sheet.
But isn't it always 1 then?
No, because if you got 14, then it'd be 2. 15 would be 2. 16 would be 3. 17 would be 3. 18 would be 4. So I actually test at a -1 for strength.